Everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. It really does mean the world to me that you're willing to sacrifice a few minutes out of your day to consume my content. Today, we're going to be talking about King of Stonks. Yes, it's literally taken from the investment meme where it's like, yes. So that was great because the show actually does really lean into memes, but I'll get into that later on. But I have to say, this show did a great job of actually really just showing the depravity and the corruption that goes on in these massive corporations, these massive companies that honestly help dictate our lives. I mean, this is about a financial company that works with banks and everything, and just full of corruption. And I think it also did a great job of showing how business owners of these massive corporations, their actual personality and how they shine through, and actually just their moral compass. They don't care about anyone but the bottom line. They want that cash. And it's crazy because you see so many of these businessmen being put on these pedestals as if they're great role models. I mean, you really don't have to go far on Instagram, on any explore page, to find those, those really tacky motivational quotes with the photo of a businessman. And it's just like, wow, but like, are they truly ethical? Are those people that are worth being put on pedestals, are they actual role models? Or are they actually just people who lie and cheat their way to the top and they don't care who they screw over? That's what the show really puts, a mirror towards and says, this is how the world actually works. And ultimately, we look at a massive fraudulence and corruption case that happens in Germany. Hectic stuff. I haven't felt this way about a show since TerrorVision, which was actually German, both of these are German-made shows. So I'll get into the dubbing and the subbing later on in the review as well. But I just have to say, across the board, I think the performances were great. This show did everything really well. Great directing, great editing. The editing in particular was probably one of the most enjoyable parts of the show for me. While it didn't happen often, they really upped the ante in regards to the editing. They leaned a lot into, as I said, like the memes of everything, because that's how the world works nowadays. I mean, we don't actually really want to admit it, but in many ways, memes run the world. I feel like most people get their actual information or news of what's happening around the world through memes. I mean, if we look at the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case, most people got their information from snippets that they saw on TikTok or through YouTube, and then ultimately through memes they learned about the case. So the show also does a great job of that. Like, infamy and notoriety for big businessmen is a commodity for them. So that was all very interesting to see how businessmen have had to shift the way they look at work, in the 21st century, now that social media is actually king. But yeah, not just was the editing great, I said the acting was great. The cinematography was a lot of fun to watch. This was just an all-round great show to watch. I never finished watching Wolf of Wall Street. I had a lot of issues with the movie from a personal point of view. And if you enjoyed that movie, you're going to enjoy this one because it kind of looks at that type of businessman, the cutthroat businessman, where it's all about living in the moment, about the pleasure that you're experiencing right now. So this was a lot more tasteful, in my opinion, than what we saw in Wolf of Wall Street, but they do tackle similar themes and topics. In regards to subs versus dubs, I watched most of the show in dub, but that's because the voice acting was actually quite serviceable. It's very rare nowadays where you can actually watch a show and go, yes, the dubbing was done well. Like, the voice actors, very often you can tell they're just reading the script. Of course, the emotion is so much more in-depth and guttural and really punches you in the face when you watch the original, German dub, the original, because you're really getting the actor's true performance. Like, you're getting that raw emotion. Whereas when you're watching it, dubbed, you're kind of just getting, cool, what the voice actor is interpreting the actor is going through. So I would probably say watch this with subtitles, listen to the original German. It's really a lot more immersive that way. But if you're going to be getting up and moving around, then just listen with the dub. Something that also really stood out to me, I feel like this series really didn't have the biggest budget for soundtrack licensing, because if I'm not mistaken, the artist is DJ Khaled, the guy that goes, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. That's a terrible attempt at me singing, I know. But they use that song all the time. They use it in the trailer. They use it in like 3 or 4 of the episodes. So it's like, okay, I understand why you're using this song, because it's all about living in the moment, and trying to become a successful businessman and screw the man. And, we're going to win and we're going to get that bread. But like, you can use different songs. So that's something that also just really stood out to me. But ultimately, today I watched 3 different Netflix properties. I watched The Girl in the Picture, I watched Hello, Goodbye, and everything in between, and then I watched King of Stonks. And King of Stonks was by far the superior property. So I would recommend this to anyone that's interested in business as a form of entertainment. And I would recommend this to anyone that enjoyed Wolf of Wall Street, especially actually if you enjoyed the series TerrorVision, which I also spoke about, also tackles similar themes. That's talking about, like corporate greed. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this review. I really do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Thank you. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world. And I hope to see you again in another review.